Yes. And Obama in 2009 has been trying to get, many people in the community to volunteer more and do more, service in the community. How do you think we can continue service in the Bayview?
Well, I think by first of all valuing the people who give service and understanding that everyone is valuable, and also complimenting them and celebrating that as something that we deem important and valuable. And so it depends on how the value that we put on it. And I think that will encourage people to understand how important what they do and how they serve and their service is. And it's the small things that they do. It's not always big, huge things. It's small things. It doesn't have to be. It's about educating people. We have a group called Ledge, and they do a fantastic job about food security and having people more aware of what they eat, and helping stores get healthier food. Those young people are extremely important to us, and I think it's that kind of service that's important. People who collect garbage and cans that we see on the street, their service is important. So I I just think there's a lot going out there, but celebrating what people do and bringing value to it, I think, is important. And also Obama, I think, has been so great in saying it's about issues, not about personalities. So when you disagree with somebody on an issue, then you can talk about that. And you can talk about that a long time. When you start getting into personalities and making it personal is when there becomes a problem. So I think the more of that we do, the better things will be.
Now, we spoke about Obama. You actually got to go to the inauguration.
I
Can you
did.
tell us about that experience?
Well, I think it was the most phenomenal experience I've had. And it was about being around the people, the energy. And, I thought, I could look at this at home. But I'll tell you, being there and feeling that energy was unlike anything I've ever felt. And people were kind and nice to each other. We were all so happy about America. And it was so wonderful. I went to small parties. I have friends that live back there, house parties. And so they would say to everybody that was at the party, we'd stop and everybody would give a reflection. And one of them I thought was so great about how, as an African American, I've rediscovered the American flag is now my flag and my responsibility to this country. They felt a new responsibility to this country, and we'll be seen differently throughout the world. How are we going to act? How are we going to conduct ourselves? And the responsibility, again, that we feel to our country is one that's a sense of pride and a feeling that a lot of us have not felt. I have felt it for a long time. I've loved democracy for a long, long time, but now it really seems like mine, and other people are getting that feeling that this is one of the greatest countries in the world, and truly anything can happen.
And he is such a charismatic figure, such a beautiful speaker, such an eloquent speaker, really. What about him draws so many people to him?
I think we all hear some of ourselves in him, and we all are here and things that we've all felt. Like diplomacy, that makes sense, and doing things in the world that cannot be outsourced, and our infrastructure in our country, and looking at our finance industry and thinking, we do need to put we need to put back the overseers. We can't just let things go on forever. Without looking at what things are what's happening in the world. And I think Michelle Obama, the fact that he chose this woman who is 6'1" and brilliant and smart, that's saying a lot about him. And I think a lot of women are saying, well, that's me. And I am beautiful and I'm wonderful and a smart man would love to have me.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot about him that we all see and feel in ourselves. And he's always saying, look, it's we, us, and together. I'm not the one. It's all of us.
Right.
And I think we all appreciate that, that consensus builder, and that we're all a part.
Yeah, he does bring us in.
That
Definitely.
we're all a part of him and all a part of what makes America. I think that's what makes him so wonderful and so brilliant. We all hear things that we've thought for a long time.
Very good. Did you have one final question, Sha'Nice?
Yes. What is a day in the life of a supervisor like?
Well, you know what? I think it's wonderful. I love every minute and every second and every hour of my day and every time, because it's about the challenges, but we have a way to face them and to dialogue and to talk about them. And so it is challenging and it is busy, and I'm thinking and listening. I listen more than I talk. Willie Brown said it's important to be a good listener. And because you hear, and a lot of times people have all the answers. If you listen long enough, you hear them and you repeat them back, and they think you're the best thing since white bread. So I think that listening is something that a supervisor does, and attention, and that you learn that you don't have to think what you're going to say, but you listen to people. And then it comes to you, and you want to be an active listener so that people don't feel like you're thinking about what you're going to say and not really listening to them. So I think that's what I enjoy. I enjoy listening. I enjoy the challenges that we face, the solutions, more importantly, and one that I'm really, really proud of, and that's City Build. I was an electrician, and I knew that City Build, and that is teaching people, giving them an opportunity to learn a trade, is extremely important. And all the talk about the new economy, the new money, what's going to bring us out of this recession that we're in is the old economy, bricks and mortar, building, carpenters, electricians. Women and men being involved in building something. That's what we've learned. And so being a part of that solution, looking at City Build, and that City Build was something that we as a city, we work with City College and our other colleges to help train people to do the work that needs to be done, building the light rail, the underground, building any number of things. And so that to me was extremely important. I, with my colleagues, brought that package to the mayor, and it's been going on. And I think that solution makes me feel very good. Also, the electricity plan that I authored, looking at how San Francisco will go on with our energy future. So there are many things that you have solutions for, ideas that you've been thinking about for a long time. You can put it out there, discuss. Just a legislation with youth that brought me this legislation on cigarette smoking, on cigarettes, and having a fee for everybody that sells cigarettes, so that we have an idea. They have to register, so we know who's doing what. The deemed approved with alcohol and licenses being put. We have no more liquor license on 3rd Street, and now Mission Street, and other people are doing that. Well, that was brought to me by young people that are already leaders. And so that's been, I think, the most rewarding. That's why I enjoy democracy. And sometimes it's cumbersome, and it's long, and it's tedious, but it's worth every bit of it. And I've enjoyed, and I'm a public servant, and I've enjoyed serving this service. And I think everybody should take part in service. That's why, with the Obama talking about service, it is wonderful.
I'm still blown away that you were an electrician.
Yes, I was.
You were running conduit.
Yes, I have my own.
Wire.
I have a general contractor's license. I did electrical from houses. From the ground up. And
the final question I have, and we're running out of time, is just if there is some young person in San Francisco that's thinking of getting involved and perhaps looking up to be supervisor someday, what are the steps? How can they get involved? What is available for them to really take those steps towards heading in that direction?
Well, it depends on your age. You can run for class president, but even though I never did any of that stuff, I think what's important is when you get something, when there's something that you care about, something that's important to you, you think it through, how can I make the biggest impact? And that's what I did. When it came down to my community and building it, what could I do to make sure that all the plans that we made were going to come? Were going to happen. And so I put myself out there, and it happened. So you put yourself out there in something that you care about and you want to do, and don't worry about it. It will happen. If you have a dream, people will help you fulfill that dream. And that's what happened to me. I knew nothing about it. People helped me fulfill my dream. And I included them. I said, we, us, and together can make a difference in San Francisco. Have a dream. Know that you can, and that things will come to you. It will come. If you don't have all the answers will come, and people will bring those answers to you. So anything is possible. All you have to do is have the desire and the want to, and the confidence. Sometimes you have it in the beginning, and sometimes you don't. I didn't, but other people did, and they said, Sophie, you can do this, and we will help you.
And that the projecting and the putting it in your face, in your head, that you really are going to achieve this. It's a fake it till you make it kind of thing.
Yes, and that you can. You can do it. Other people are no more than you. That's what Obama said.
Yeah.
He said, I can be president. If he can be president, I know I can be president. That's what you have to have. You have to feel it. And doubt yourself. Yes, you will doubt yourself. And sometimes you will say, what in the world am I doing? But it all comes together. People will help you with your dream.